Things aren't so desperate anymore, with Maroon's Dagon defeated and unable to come back. I am quite powerful on my own, and I still have my companion Velia and our wolf gang. Our wolf pet. So where does that leave Fergus? Well, at this point, after what he just did in Shadenhall, and the problems he's been giving me since I hired him last year, I don't think I have any more use for him. He's not someone I hate or even really dislike, but he does cause too many problems whenever I go into one of the cities, and I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. The guards were even attacking Velia at one point, which means that I definitely would have to get involved to save her life. And that would mean all my hard work would be for nothing if I get thrown back in prison again. So I just cannot have this anymore. Fergus cannot be one of my companions. He can remain at my home in Arborwatch for a while, but his services are no longer needed. That now said, I am looking forward to finding this high elf named Faelian in the Imperial City. I have no idea who he is or where he is, and I cannot assassinate him in sight of anyone else. So this presents to me a lot of challenge and fun. After everything I've been through since leaving the Imperial prison, and all the skills I've progressed in, having rules and vague whereabouts of the target sounds like a nice change of pace. I like doing these Dark Brotherhood contracts, though I don't know how much Velia is enjoying it. She has mentioned her dislike of the Dark Brotherhood. Well, it could be worse. I could be a vampire and a Dark Brotherhood assassin. And perhaps because she is aware of my dislike of the undead and necromancers, that she still wishes to be my friend and companion. Oh well. We all have that line we won't cross, and though hers is somewhat further back towards being a very good person, she doesn't seem to mind where mine is too much. Wolfgang? Well, here I am, sitting in my home in Coral, Arborwatch. So, what I would like to do, if I can find my books, I think there's one book to read. It's the evening. Last King of the Ayleids. The Ayleids, by Herminia Cinna. The Ayleids, or Heartland Elves, ruled Cyrodiil in long ages of myth before the beginning of recorded history. One of the earliest recorded dates, in fact, is the fall of the White Gold Tower in First Era 243, which is commonly assumed to mark the end of the Ayleids. Although Ayleid rule over all of Cyrodiil was indeed broken in First Era 243, this was only one of the most obvious stages near the end of a long decline. The first 2 centuries of the First Era saw increasing strife between the great Ayleid lords of Cyrodiil. Alessia appears to have taken advantage of a period of civil war to launch her uprising. Imperial historians have traditionally attributed her victory to intervention from Skyrim, but it appears that she had at least as much help from rebel Ayleid lords during the siege of White Gold Tower. The popular image of the Ayleids as brutal slave masters is based in fact, of course, but it is less well known that a number of Ayleid princes continued to rule parts of Cyrodiil after 243, as vassals of the new Empress of Cyrodiil. This suggests that either the Ayleid rule was not universally detested, or that Alessia and her successors were more pragmatic than is traditionally believed, or perhaps some of both. In any event, excavations at a number of Ayleid sites now showed continued occupation, and even expansion during the so-called Late Ayleid period, First Era 243 to circa 498. At first, many Ayleid lords continued to rule as vassals of the new human regime. In some cases, Ayleid supporters of Alessia were even rewarded with new lands taken from slain enemies. It is not clear to what extent human slavery continued under the Cyrodiilic Empire. Humans continued to dwell in the Ayleid-ruled areas of Cyrodiil, but there is nothing definitive to show under what terms. This was an uneasy relationship from the beginning, and was not destined to last long. Resentment at the continued presence of Ayleid nobles within the Empire was a contributing factor to the rise of the so-called Alessian order founded by Maruk. The first victims of the Alessians were the Ayleids of Cyrodiil. In the early 300s, the surviving Ayleid communities in human-ruled areas were obliterated one by one, the refugees temporarily swelling their power of the remaining Ayleid lordships. Then in 361, the Alessians gained control of the empire and enforced the Alessian doctrines throughout its domain. The Ayleid lordships were abolished. Enforcement of the decree does not appear to have required much direct violence. It seems that by this point the balance of power was so overwhelmingly against them, and their fate so long foreshadowed, that most of the remaining Ayleids simply left Cyrodiil, eventually being absorbed into the elven populations of Valenwood and High Rock. Indeed, the rise of the Durrani hegemony may be linked to this exodus of the Ayleids from Cyrodiil, a connection so far little studied by historians. Still, a remnant Ayleid population seems to have survived the rule of the Alessians because we hear of the last king of the Ayleids joining the Battle of Glenumber Moors, where the Durranis decisively defeated the Alessians in 482. How this king's people survived the preceding century is unknown. We do not even know who they were, although recent research points at Nenalada as the possible resting place of this last king. Unfortunately, in the current state of the Empire, funds are no longer available for proper scientific investigation of such extensive ruins, so the answer to these questions will have to be left to future generations. Well, let's hope something is done about it. Alright, well, I've adventured enough lately. Alright, Wolfgang. It's time for me to go to sleep. Oh, that was a long rest. Much longer than I usually rest for. It was about 8 hours, or 12 hours, actually. All these Imperial Dragon items, Daedric helmet I was going to give to Fergus, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. I think Fergus should just leave. Alright, so let's put this in there. Let's put in the things that we don't need. I'm going to carry around the Jewel of Ramar, of course. Ring of Mage Prowess. I'll keep the Ring of Skimming on me in case I would need to water walk for extended periods, but that's not usually something I need to do. I have so many septums. It's ridiculous. I do have to sell a few things. It is a little early for that, though. Alright, well, I think we're good. Alright, we're at the Mages Guild. Vilya, I thought she was right behind me. Okay, let's summon her.
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I?
Mm-hmm. Tell me your thoughts.
While we're here, maybe we should head over to Sednius and do some shopping. I'm sure she'd be happy to see us, considering that we helped Dharma.
With all the gold I gave you, you can do shopping on your own. I'm not really interested in it. I've done a lot of shopping in my time since leaving prison. Alright, let's go to the Imperial City. Oh, I had forgotten that perhaps... the Archmage is probably sleeping right now. It might be too early to bother him. Hello.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
Shrewd businessman,
I hope
huh?
I can help.
Can you tell me about the Imperial City?
You know, of course, the Imperial Palace is Ayleid. White Gold Tower,
Yes.
they called it
So
back
they
in
say.
Middle Merethic, when the Altmer ruled Tamriel.
The Altmer. Mm-hmm. Alright, I need to go see the Archmage. This goes up to his room, doesn't it? No, I think we went down. I need to go up. That means going this way. Oh. Well, I don't really want to upset him. Let's
Yes.
wait. Wait till he comes down. Alright, let's go through the city then. Oh, this is the wrong way. Imperial Orrery. Okay, good. Oh, this is a nasty morning. Right, well... thought I dropped this off. Interesting, I did not. I thought I did. I must go to the Imperial City, find a high elf named Faelian, and kill him. If there are any witnesses to the killing, or if I kill him in any non-secure location, my reward will be greatly reduced. Well, the only thing I can think of is start asking around. Hello.
A lot of good men died, but it could have been worse. lot worse.
Ruins
But why
attack
am I
on the
telling
city?
you? You were there. You saw him. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever be able to sleep again.
Ruins Dagon can no longer invade this world of ours. Okay, what can you tell me about the Archmage?
That's Hannibal Traven.
Yes.
You'll find him in the Archmage's
I know exactly
tower
where to
in
find
the
him.
center of the university. But for your sake, he'd better be expecting you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to wake him, actually. And what can you tell me about Raminus Polus?
Looking for Romanus, are you? Well, you'll find him in the lobby of the Archmage's tower, in the center of the university.
Yeah, I know where he usually is. Goodbye.
Carry on.
Perhaps I have to seek out some beggars to ask. What's his name again? Faelian. It's a high elf. Faelian. I guess I have to follow him. Follow him to wherever he goes. And try to catch him in a place where no one else is around to see him die. Wouldn't that generally mean where he goes to sleep at night? But if he's in a, if he's renting a room, some others may hear. Hey, guard.
Speak, citizen.
You don't know Faelian, do you?
It
No.
was an honor to speak.
Well, I also want to get a copy of the Black Horse Courier. I don't know what I was going to say. High Horse Courier. Unfortunately, not many people are awake right now. So, what if I go to the waterfront? I'm also hoping to get in contact with the Grey Fox. I'm waiting for him to contact me again. And to do so typically means being in the Imperial City. Well, here it is. Here's where Martin fell, Emperor Martin. They kept it open to everybody. It's really open. The whole roof is off. Hello.
Well, a pleasure to speak with you.
I wonder if you know who Faelian is. Have you heard of a high elf named Faelian?
Faelian, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel.
Oh, great.
That's in the Talos Plaza district.
I know
here
exactly
in the
where it
Imperial
is.
City. I'd ask around there if I were you.
That's
Goodbye.
where I tried to take down Hieronymus Lex, and I failed. Over 8 years back.
Good to see
You're not one of the Black Horse Courier.
Good day.
What are you telling me about the Imperial City?
The Arboretum. That's where Jemad likes to go. Always quiet, always green.
Well, you're in the wrong place, son.
Be seeing you.
I just love it when Khajiits talk about themselves in the third person. Okay, well,
How can I assist you, champion?
they should at least repair the ground around here. I don't know, I mean, should they leave that open or build up a really high ceiling and a roof over it for the Temple of the One now? Well, its wings come out, they'd have to extend the, the size of it. Something will have to be done because, I mean, I understand leaving it how it was, but I really think they should just maybe even knock down the walls and just have this whole section called the Temple of the One. Maybe even, if it's going to be a building, make the door right here, but then how do you walk around? Well, we have this way. Just this open here area here. Alright. Last thing I want to do is try to recreate what I did all those years ago.
How can I
Fail.
assist you, champion?
Here it is. I also have to go see, he's right over there. Umbacano, that was his name. Well, perhaps we can still catch him sleeping. If we can, maybe we can get this over with really quickly.
Hail!
This is not
There's a-
what I thought we would be doing today.
That's not a high elf, that's Bosmer. Hello.
Welcome, friend, to the Tiber Septim Hotel. I am Augusta Ayleid, your hostess.
Have you heard of a high elf named Faelian?
Faelian? Oh, I know him all right. A waste of life, that one. He lives here, you know, with his sweetheart, a trainer. What that poor girl sees in him, I'll never know. A trainer pays for their room, their food, everything. She's quite wealthy, I believe. Faelian used to have money. Used to be quite a gentleman, too. But that was before he took a fancy to the, you know, the skooma.
Ah,
Now Faelian's
Really?
hardly ever here. He's off using skooma or wandering the city looking for some, I imagine. He comes back every night to be with a trainer. But only for a few hours, I swear. That high elf is going to wind up dead if he keeps living like this.
perfect. What can you tell me about the Imperial City?
Where can you find some fun? That depends on your idea of fun. You can bet, fight, or both at the arena. There are plenty of sights to see and plenty of places to shop. But the Watch frowns on brawling and adventuring in the city.
Adventuring in the city. That's a new one. Goodbye.
Take care.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this Atrena is the one that put the contract out on Faelian. And why she wants it to be done so discreetly.
Hail.
Hello.
Good day.
Bosmer Mage. Have you heard of a high elf named Faelian?
Faelian, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives right here, at the Tiber Septim Hotel. Talk to the publican, Augusta Calidia. I'm sure she can tell you more about him.
Oh, I already did. Goodbye.
You too.
How are you?
Hello. Well, I can keep asking everybody, but that would seem a little suspicious, and I already asked enough. It's still early in the morning. If he comes back for a few hours, perhaps he's still here. Well, I can't really be heard in what I'm wearing.
You have the hands of a healer.
Definitely not Faelian. Okay, so I passed by a room here. No. Where is Faelian? Oh, okay. There's more rooms on the other side. Oh no, this goes down to the other side. Well, there's nobody up there. Not... Excuse me. Everybody's in my way. The hotel study up here. Oh, are you a trainer?
Oh, Faelian. Dear Faelian. Why must you ruin both our lives? Oh, my
Hello.
dear friend, it is so good to see you.
You know of me. So, you are a trainer, right? What can you tell me about Faelian?
Please, I don't mean to get emotional, but I feel I can trust you. I just don't know what to do about Faelian. All he thinks about, all he cares about is skooma. He was a fine young man once, but he's lost everything. His looks, his money, his self-respect. I followed him a few times to see where he goes. He walks around the city looking for skooma. And then he goes to Lorkmir's house for several hours.
Lorkmir? That sounds like
It's
an orc.
in the Elfin Gardens district. I think the house is deserted. That's why he goes there.
Perfect.
So he can escape from life and do his skooma.
Perfect place.
Thank you for listening. You're a good friend.
He could even be there now.
I just hope my sweet Faelian can clean himself up, or that awful skooma will be the death of him.
Maybe she's not the one that issued the contract.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
She's right over there. Let's go. Did you pick that up in Morrowind? That sounds like a Dunmer saying to me. I seem to remember the Dunmer males like saying that.
Hi there.
I shopped at Three Brothers a couple of days. Not
There's a
sure
basement
where I
here.
got to, though.
Okay, so the Elven Gardens. Oh, Lorkhand. Elven Gardens is over here. It's too early to go see Umbacano. He wouldn't let me in until, what, after 9, 10 in the morning? So we'll go see Umbacano after I take care of this
Speak.
Faelian. Alright, so... Well, I'm not getting soaked. In case he fights back, I really I can't be heard, really. I'm very silent with what I'm wearing. However, use my best weapon and shield.
What do you need, champion?
You recognize me as the champion, do you? Alright, where's this Lorcan? Not Lorcan. Lorkmar, I think. If I go there, ask a guard a question, where's Lorkmar live? And all of a sudden, there's dead people found there. I believe this is the home. May not be here right now. There's a basement. There's an upstairs. It's full of rats. This place is filthy. Reminds me of being in prison. I was going to say, if there's an orc in here sleeping. I probably shouldn't just go around indiscriminately killing. Just what is that noise? It's terrible. Alright. Very loud rats. You know what? It would be nice if I can find some skooma, and if I can poison it. Let's go check out the basement. Melons? Pumpkins? Quite dark down here. Oh, what? Is that a dead person? Okay. So... Well, I didn't do it. Lorkmar's dead. Someone explain this to me. Maybe, Faelian killed him. I can't think of anything else. Faelian, maybe he used to be his skooma dealer, and he refused to give him any more because he didn't have any money. Or Faelian didn't have any money, so he killed him for whatever skooma he had. I'm not seeing skooma, though. If he really is a skooma dealer, there should be skooma all over the place. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm surprised the rats haven't... Well, I don't know how long ago that was. He's not too bad. There is skooma here. You know what? I'm going to take this. If I need to sell for the Thieves Guild, skooma's worth a fair bit. See if I can find more skooma around. Yeah, wish I could poison the skooma. It would seem the most easy way to get out of this. And no one would be the wiser. They'd think he just overdosed on skooma. Stone cups is nothing. These are all worth nothing. It's in the desk. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Bone meal. Alright, this was not a very wealthy man. This Lorkmer. Sounded like an orc. Let's leave. Obviously, Faelian isn't here, but he likes to come here. Not sure what we can do from this point. I do know I should dress better, though. Let's put back on my shredded armor. No, my robe of glib tongues. Makes me more charismatic, has a fortified speech, mercantile, and personality enchantment upon it. Anyways. Where's the shoes? There. Well, I don't know what to do. Those officers. Guard officers. What time is it? That's close enough. We can go to see Umbacano, I think. Let's go back this way. Maybe he has several places he goes to during the day looking for skooma. I would think he'd be in the waterfront.
Hi there. What's the latest?
If you need to get rid of something quickly, check out the copious coin purse.
For it.
Hello again.
I am honored to speak to the champion of Cyrodiil. What do you need?
I need to see your master, Umbacano.
Shall I show you up?
Yes, show me to Umbacano right away.
Very good. Please follow me.
The treasure hunter. Please, have a seat.
It's been some months.
My
Hello?
dearest.
Ah, yes. My treasure hunting friend. What can I do for you?
You wouldn't happen to have heard of another high elf named Faelian, would you?
Faelian, you say? Why, yes, I know who he is. Rather distasteful fellow, actually. I believe he lives at the Tiber Septim Hotel. I do believe that establishment is right here in the Talos Plaza district. I'd ask around there if I were you.
Alright, so, as for the Ayleid statues...
Yes. Have you found another statue for me?
Yes, here it is.
Beautiful. Exquisite. You have proven yourself to be quite resourceful. I have another task which should interest someone of your particular talents.
I thought you wanted me to go around collecting them. Okay. You have another task, what would that be?
You have proven yourself more than a simple grave robber. I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. Are you interested?
Complicated? I suppose so. Tell me more.
Excellent. Here, take a look at this sketch. The ancient text referred to this site only as the High Fane. Do you know it?
The High Fane? That sounds like it's from Vivek City. But no, that doesn't look familiar.
I'm not surprised. I have not been able to find any modern reference to it. Still, the architectural detail is distinctive enough. It may still be recognizable.
What am I supposed to be looking for?
The High Fane dates from the late Ayleid period, following the fall of White Gold Tower, a very troubled time for that ancient people. A time I find most fascinating. The drawing on the bottom of the page I gave you depicts a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane. I believe this carving will shed new light on Ayleid history. If I am able to examine it closely, I would like you to retrieve it for me. You will need this as well. It is the key to the inner chamber of the High Fane.
Okay.
I part with it
How did you
reluctantly,
get that?
so guard it well. It is what began my search for the High Fane many years ago.
What else can you tell me about the High Fane?
Your first task is to locate the ruins of the High Fane. I believe it must now be known by a different name.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
These high elves, very eccentric. Almost feels like I'm returning to loot the things that I used to study in my arcane university days.
How are you?
Hello?
I work as a guard at Umbacano Manor. My name is Ushija.
I take it that you work as a guard. What can you tell me about Umbacano?
I am one of his guard dogs. No more, no less. He pays us well to guard his many treasures. This is enough for me.
Alright then. Goodbye.
You too.
You must be Umbacano's new plaything. Well met. I am Claude Marek, another pawn in Umbacano's game.
Really?
I always enjoy meeting my rival treasure hunters. What? Did you think you were the only one? Come, let's have a drink together.
I suppose I'm not the only one then? Alright, he really wants that drink. Back into the Tiber Septim Hotel. Well, maybe I'll catch a glimpse of Faelian while I'm here. Where did he go? If you see a rat, kill it. Cat's not doing its job. Alright, Where'd he go?
Greetings. How are you?
Greetings, Bosmer. I'm a little confused. He went right in here, right? And then I didn't see him. Wow. This is a little odd. Oh, there's wine here. Some of them not bad. I don't have a clue where he went off to. Hello?
Well met.
Okay.
Farewell.
There was somebody here. Night Mother rituals. Night Mother rituals on the rise and won't be tolerated, warns Imperial Legion. By Agnes the Quill is mightier than the ebony sword, Earhart. The Imperial City, pinnacle of art, entertainment, scholarship, and ritualistic murder? So says Adamus Felidia. I wonder if I read this. I think I did. Well, I'll read it again. Now that I'm part of the Dark Brotherhood, it will make a little bit more sense to me and be more relevant to what I'm doing here. So says Adamus Felidia, commander of the Imperial Legion forces in the Imperial City, and a staunch opponent of the mysterious assassins guild known as the Dark Brotherhood. According to Felidia, Imperial Legion soldiers have discovered 13 separate instances of the macabre Black Sacrament, a sinister rite purportedly used to summon a member of the Dark Brotherhood in order to arrange an assassination. Whether or not a card-carrying killer shows up on a ritual performer's doorstep remains to be seen, but the Black Sacrament itself is very real, and truly the stuff of nightmares. As documented in the rare and taboo work, A Kiss, Sweet Mother, the Black Sacrament involves an effigy of the intended victim created from actual body parts, including a heart, skull, bones, and flesh, within a circle of candles. To proceed with the ritual, one must stab the effigy repeatedly with a dagger, rub with the petals of a nightshade plant, while whispering the plea, sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. As gruesome as this ritual may be, even more frightening is its intention, the summoning of a mysterious assassin, who some witnesses claim is always clad in a black hooded robe, who will then receive money to kill an innocent victim. No remorse, no regret. It is, as the merchants say, simply business, and that's what worries Adamus Felidia. This brazen increase in Night Mother rituals is an affront to the decent, peace-loving citizens of the Empire. The Imperial Legion exists for one reason and one reason only, to protect and serve the people of Tamriel. How in Azura's name can we do that when people take it upon themselves to contact paid assassins and have innocent people murdered? How can I sleep at night knowing my legion can't possibly save the life of someone marked for death by the Dark Brotherhood? Anyone who carries out this Black Sacrament makes a mockery of the Imperial Legion and its commander. That's something I just can't tolerate. From this point forward, any citizen found in the possession of items related to the Night Mother ritual will be incarcerated in the Imperial prison indefinitely, and their property seized by the Empire. There's no fine high enough, no standard prison sentence long enough for the type of malcontent who would show such a blatant disregard for our dear Emperor's laws and the welfare of the fine people of Tamriel. To be sure, Adamus Felidia is not one to issue empty threats. Indeed, the Black Horse Courier has learned that one Claudius Arcadia, until recently a resident of the Talos Plaza district of the Imperial City, is now residing in a cold, dank cell in the Imperial prison, and his house has become the newest Imperial Legion outpost. So before you take the law into your own hands, dear reader, remember, you'll go further in life with a warm smile than a cold blade, and if you got a grudge that won't be soothed, a score that can't be settled, you can always move to Morrowind and have the government-sanctioned Moragtong do the killing for you. This wasn't him, was it?
Barkeep, a drink for my friend.
Hey, you are him. All right. I thought you were that adventurer I saw here earlier. Please don't give me some swill. She's not even coming. All right,
now
Claude
then,
Merrick.
I propose a toast. To Umbacano, may his purse never run dry.
What can you tell me about Umbacano?
Our mutual employer rarely tells us the whole story, but he pays very well. Not that I should be giving advice to one of my rivals.
What can you tell me about the High Fane that he has me looking into?
You know what? I will help you. Although it is liable to get you killed, the High Fane is now known as Malada, up in the Vallis Mountains. But I do not advise you to go there. Read The Cleansing of the Fane first, then decide.
The Cleansing of
As
the
I
Fane?
said, a very bad place.
Where can I find this Cleansing of the Fane?
I don't own it. One of the rare book dealers in the market district may have a copy. Read it. Educate yourself.
All right, I will. Goodbye.
Think carefully about what I told you, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
All right, Velia, let's go. Look out for this.
You look like a bright one.
Faelian. Ugh.
Cool.
Well, it hasn't gotten any nicer out here. Hey, beggar.
I can eat for a day with a single coin.
Ugh. Have a coin, beggar.
Thank you, kind sir.
I guess you don't know who Faelian is, do you? Heard any good rumors lately?
Thank Akatos, the Oblivion crisis is over. Although with no emperor and no heir, I wonder what will happen to the Empire.
Goodbye.
Blessings of Julianus
Wait.
upon me.
It's you.
Oh, he looks like a Bosmer, but he's very tall.
Appropriate thing for a store than slash and smash.
Okay, well, let's go to the market district. We have to go find one of those books anyways. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do. What did he say it was now called? It's in the Malada. Ferris Mountains. There. Oh, very far. Near Lake Canalus. Malada. High Fane. What is the... I guess we need to go read the book about this. And... yeah. District after this one.
Go kill something?
I would love to go kill something. There's nothing to kill unless I want to get thrown in prison.
What? What do you want?
Are you Faelian?
Friend? Wait. You're not my friend. If you were my friend, you'd give me something. Like, you know, skooma.
Maybe I should. If I give him skooma, maybe he'll go to a place to go consume it. Here's some skooma.
Skooma? Oh, yeah. You want to be my friend? I'll tell you what. Skooma's the only thing I want. You get me some. Now listen up. Skooma. You know what that is? Get me some skooma and we'll be good friends. Okay? Do you have any skooma now? 'Cause I can be your friend right now.
I have skooma. Yes, I have skooma.
You have skooma?
This is definitely Faelian. I don't see high elves usually like this.
You're my friend now.
Ever.
Thank you. Hey, now that we're friends, you want to come with me to my special place? It's not, very far. If you want, come to Lochner's house. I go there every day, from 11 in the morning till 5 at night. I just go and relax. Lochner ain't around no more. I use his house. Here's a key for you. You come whenever you want. Okay then. Oh, yeah. His house is in the Elven Gardens district. So, yeah. Maybe I'll see you there.
Isn't that where we are?
Goodbye, my friend.
Just to confirm this, you are Faelian, right?
Faelian? Hey, that's my name. Yeah, I'm Faelian.
Alright. So, you go and enjoy that skooma.
Skooma? Oh, yeah. Hey, you gave me some skooma. You are so nice. Oh, yeah, you're such a good friend.
I dare say there's something extremely seriously wrong with that high elf. I can see why somebody put out a contract on him. So, looking at the time, he should be going to that house soon. I don't know what he's doing right now. Oh, hello, child. That home is right here, right? I think. Yes. Let's wait for him to go into the home, and we'll follow after. Perhaps you should stay here, Vilja. I don't really want you to see this.
Fergus is an excellent storyteller, but sometimes I get the feeling he might be bragging just a tad bit.
I'm not very happy with Fergus. Alright. Wait right here, please.
Like standing guard, you mean?
I suppose so.
Sure. I'll be right here. Just hurry back, will you?
I really wish I could have poisoned that skooma.
By the Nine Divines, you're the grand champion of the arena.
Damn it, everybody
This is such
recognizes
an
me.
From the other provinces.
I understand Daedra
Go
worship
into the...
become increasingly
Go in there.
Some said I. Sure sounds like the
Alright. I'm going to hide my head a little bit. I'll still get recognized, probably, but less chance of it now.
Absolutely.
What are you doing walking back?
from the other parts of Tamriel.
There's so many rumors. Sometimes I don't know what to think.
So I've heard.
It's almost a time for him to go in there, as he's... I guess he really is sticking to his timetable. There he goes, he's inside. After the guard is gone... The guard won't see this.
Hey, whoa! You shouldn't sneak up on people like that.
Maybe I should have snuck in. Well, go do your skooma, you stupid idiot. Faelian is dead. I killed him in Lorkheimer's house, a secure location with no witnesses. I must now return to the sanctuary and speak with Ochiva and receive my reward and bonus. I take that skooma back. And the gold. I don't care if it looks less suspicious that he doesn't have skooma on him. He's a well-known skooma user. Let's go.
Greetings.
Hello?
Tell me, what do you want?
Vilja, let's go.
Yes?
Let's go. Oh,
Sure.
let's go. Alright, let's just keep on going. Wolfgang. This is one thing I can't stand. This is somebody by my feet holding me back.
Don't be the last to read today's Black Horse Courier.
Oh, yes.
Here's a copy of the Black Horse Courier. New Imperial Watch Captain.
I would rather have heard about the attack on the city, but okay. I know it was a little while ago now. New Imperial Watch Captain. What's that about? New Watch Captain named Servatius. I'm going to say Servatius. This sounds better. Quintilius. These names. Oh, the Imperials. Was recently promoted to Watch Captain to replace Hieronymus Lex. I was hoping that this is what this would be about. Captain Lex's career was marked by frequent tirades against the mythical thief and master criminal, the so-called Grey Fox. At the same time, Hieronymus Lex announced that he had been retained by Countess Milana Umbernox of Anvil to be her new captain of the guard. Captain Quintilius is a practical man who does not believe in the Thieves' Guild or its imaginary Grandmaster, the Grey Fox. He doesn't even believe in the Thieves' Guild. Alright then. He has promised peace and order in the districts under his protection, Guard patrol routes will be posted so that all citizens will know where to find a watchman when they need one. When asked if this would also make things easier for the thieves, Captain Quintilius responded, "Never. Criminals are dumb. Wouldn't be criminals otherwise, right? Stands to reason, you smart courier boys should just leave the crime fighting in the city to professionals like me." I think the Thieves Guild has a bright future ahead of them. At least for the time being.
Have pity on an old war
Oh, I remember
veteran.
you.
Can I help you, citizen?
Hello. What can you tell me about the Imperial City?
A short stay in our lovely Imperial prison should cool your enthusiasm for a life of crime. The drunk tank, in particular, has a unique aroma.
Listen, I do like drinking, but I've
It was
never
an
ever
honor
been
to speak with you.
thrown in prison for drinking. That's what extreme lowlifes have happened to them, not me. Alright, well, he's dead, so let's go to my journal and switch what I'm focusing on now. So I want to go find the cleansing of the Fane before I go out to that Malata.
Greetings.
Hello. You know what? I can just go to... Let's see. I can go to Shadenhall. It's far from Leowin. It's also far... I think Shadenhall is a little closer. Go to Shadenhall and go to see the Dark Brotherhood. Tell Achieva what I've done. And then we just ride. It'd be a long ride. Castle Veraldo. Why did I forget what that was about? Anyways, we'll ride all the way down there to Malata. You know, the problem is, I was hoping to speak with the Archmagister. I know he has more work to give me. So maybe we'll go back there, speak to the Archmagister, take the teleport to Shadenhall, speak to the Dark Brotherhood, and then go all the way to the southeast. But first of all that, we need to go to the Imperial City Market and go to the bookstore. I'm actually very happy that I found that Faelian. I was able to get him to go into the place, and I even got the schooner back that I gave him. But the Black Horse Courier, I would like to see if they have a copy of their paper. Hello.
No time to talk. This is for you.
What? Thanks.
Good day.
What could this be? Bloodstained note? I have watched you from afar and feel it is time to make myself known. I am Greywin, the last of the Crimson Scars? Once a powerful force rivaling the Dark Brotherhood itself. I've never heard of them. The Scars were the true followers of Sithis and the Masters of Deception. I will be departing this world soon, as the cold embrace of the Night Lord calls to me. All I have, I leave as a legacy to you. My home, Deepscorn Hollow, will be your new haven. Use the map on the reverse of this note to find it. All that lay within is yours to do as you please. I have but one request in return. Further the ways of Shadow and Honor, Sith and Honor Synthis? Further the ways of Shadow and Honor Sithis with the darkest of deeds. Make the virtuous pay for their blasphemy with their lifeblood, standing your blade. May Sithis guide you, Greywin. You know what? I'm not some zealot. So what is this sketch of the High Fane I was given? Entrance to the High Fane? Well, it does look Ayleid. Carved Ayleid wall. Carved panel. Reference Chronicles of the Brothers of Maruk, Volume 3, page 22. Entrance to the High Fane. Wonder if this is inside. This must be inside that place that that was named. I don't know who this is. I really don't. Deepscorn Hollow. Well, let me see. Where does this point to? According to a mysterious message that's been delivered to me, I've inherited an underground lair called Deepscorn Hollow from a long-lost relative. It's situated at the southernmost point of Cyrodiil, south of Leowin. Ugh, I don't really care to be down there. I've marked its location on my map. At the next opportunity, I should make my way out there and inspect my new acquisition. Well, let's just see. Oh, okay. Probably just some cave. I was right by at this Camp Bogwater short while ago. I don't really care to go down there. I'm not sure. I mean, it sounds like they're totally in for Sithis and all that, and I'm not really down with that. A new guild for fighters.
Has a good selection of ingredients at the main ingredient.
Tragic Accident. There's a lot of newspapers I haven't read.
His ingredient selection is excellent.
New guild. Tragic Accident. Balin dead? Bruma's Balin dies in tragic accident. Nephew inherits estate by Phineas Farnsworth. For the residents of Bruma, a city known for its snowy avenues and frigid Skyrim-like temperatures, nothing is quite as important as the warmth and safety of one's own home. But even the most noble, most secure dwelling can harbor a deadly secret. In the case of Balin, an elderly elf nobleman who had called Bruma home for nearly 43 years, death came not from the icy cold nor from the sting of a burglar's blade. Oh, this is the assassination I did. But from a killer far more insidious, structural instability. Yes, this is where I loosened the, what was it, a minotaur? His head, and it fell on top of him. According to Grom, Balin's longtime live-in manservant, the day of his master's death was like any other. Balin lived as a recluse and rarely left the comfort of his home. He spent his morning breakfasting and his afternoons reading or napping. But it was in the late evening hours before bedtime, when Balin relaxed in his favorite chair, as was his custom, when disaster struck. A stuffed minotaur head mounted on the wall directly over the chair came crashing down, killing the unsuspecting noble instantly. As horrible as Balin's death may seem, even more horrible is the revelation that this was not an isolated incident as previously thought. In fact, through a series of interviews and an in-depth investigation, a Black Horse courier has learned that many of Bruma's homes are actually death traps waiting to spring. Oh, by the gods, this is actually quite funny. Me and my boys, we done work on half these houses. They're a bleeding mess. Rotted wood, rusty nails, misaligned foundations. Them Nords, they're good for drinking and killing, but they can't build a house worth a damn. Now, I find that hard to believe. I have been not all through Skyrim, but I've seen quite a bit of it when I was younger. And I didn't see it. People like to exaggerate and just stereotypify people. Nords are actually pretty good craftsmen, so that's just nonsense. So said Antoine Dubois, owner of Dubois & Sons Carpentry, a thriving house-building business headquartered in the Breton nation of High Rock. Because of his expertise, Dubois has been known to offer his services throughout the Empire and has visited Bruma on numerous occasions. In his opinion, this predominantly Nord city features some of the most poorly constructed dwellings in all of the Empire. Yeah, I know what the Nords say. It's the snow. It rots the wood. It does. It does this, it does that. Wine, wine, wine. The mead-swilling savages wouldn't know oak wood from oranges. Truth is, they just don't know anything about the latest architectural methods. The work is unsafe and sloppy. That head that fell on the elf, an infant could have secured those bindings better. It's no wonder they came loose. But I've seen this type of thing all over Bruma. Did you know that until I came to do repair work on the roof, you couldn't attend a service in the chapel without getting snowed on? No, that's just wrong. When asked what he thought of the issues, Balin's nephew, Cainlin, who inherited his uncle's estate and is now residing in the very house where he was killed, had this to say. It was a tragic, tragic accident. I always told my poor uncle that head would fall on him someday, but would he listen? Now, I've heard the rumors that some think that there was foul play involved, but that's nonsense, of course. Everybody knows the city is falling apart. It could have happened to anyone. And so, as the city of Bruma mourns the loss of one of its oldest and most respected residents, there are those who can't help but wonder, am I next? Sure, blame all my work and the work of others on structural integrity. Now, I believe the nephew is the one that
Good day.
bought that contract. Grey Fox Unmasked. Unmasked? I may have read. This is a mess. This is what it's like to live in a Khajiit home.
You look like a bright one.
Let's see. Grey Fox Unmasked. I probably have read it. No, this is one of the first things I read when I came out of prison. Grey Fox Manor Myth. Grey Fox Unmasked. Vlenarius Kvinchel recently admitted to being the notorious thief, the Grey Fox. Under questioning by the Imperial Watch, he also confessed to being the reincarnation of Tiber Septim. I think I've read this. The love child of Lord Stendar, a were-shark, and the mother of Hieronymus Lex. So he really was a son of a bitch. Only after... Whoreson, that's what I should say. Only after he spent a night in the Imperial prisons was it discovered that Valerius had recently consumed a near-lethal dose of skooma. Valerius is now back home and recuperating from the hospitality of the Imperial Watch and from the close attention he received during the interrogation. He speculates that he might be able to work again in a month or two, as long as it doesn't involve walking or lifting anything heavier than a beer mug. The sometimes dock worker has sworn a solemn oath never to trifle with skooma again, and earnestly warns everyone to stay away from the Orem gang.
Mixing up some potions.
How about give me... You must have written about what just happened to the city. New guild for fighters. Hey.
Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. How can I help you?
Now that's more like it. Some respect. What can you tell me about the Imperial City?
We operate throughout the Imperial City and Cyrodiil. Very fast, very accurate. News happens, the Black Horse Courier is there.
So you say. I would like to read the report on what just happened to the city. Your job.
Greetings, champion. I am at your service.
You're at my service, huh? Alright, where is the article on Maroon's Dagon's attack on the Imperial City? Apparently they don't have any. New Doomstone series, that may have been the first actual one I read, but I also read about the Grey Fox Manor myth.
Good friend, this is an honor.
There's one of them likes delivering it to everybody. There's 3 brothers, if I remember right. Anyways, let's just go look for that book. Oh, hello. Let's see, what was it called again? Cleansing of the Fane. Hello.
I hope I can help.
I'm looking for Cleansing of the Fane. Let's see if you have it.
Let's do business.
I don't think that there is another bookstore in Imperial City. So if it's not here... I don't think I've read the Guide to Leowen either. Let's just get that. The Water Getting Girl Part 1. Sounds like a book for for adolescents, I guess. The Ruins of Kimmelzy, The Refugees. I don't remember that one either. Princess on the Glass Hill 1 and 2? Cleansing of the Fane. Okay. Whoa. That's a very expensive book, actually, but... I don't care, I have 260,000 septums.
Thank you. Come again.
Must be rare. Goodbye.
Good day.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I told Vilya to come with me. She does like books, so I'll summon her. I hope you weren't in another shop buying something, Vilya.
What can I do for you?
I didn't mean to disturb you. Alright. Here, let's keep following me. I'm just going to sit down. Let's read this Cleansing of the High Fane. Reading a lot lately. In the Cleansing of the High Fane is identified as the ruin known as Malada in the Vallis Mountains. I should proceed to Malada and look for the carved panel that Umbacano wants. The Chronicles of the Holy Brothers of Maruk, Volume 4, or The Cleansing of the Fane. Editor's note, this is the only surviving fragment of the Chronicle of the First Era sect of the Alessian Order. It seems to have been kept at their great monastic complex at Lake Canalus, which was raised during the War of Righteousness, First Era 2321, and its archives destroyed or dispersed. Note also that the Alessian scribes of this time customarily dated events from the apotheosis of Alessia, First Era 266. Oh. I'm amazed. Actually, I didn't know that they claimed that she achieved apotheosis. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, here is recorded the events of the year 127 of the Blessed Alessia. In this year was the day darkened over all lands, and the sun was all, as it were, master but 3 days old, and the stars about him at midday. This was on the 5th of the first seed. All who saw it were dismayed, and said that a great event should come hereafter. So it did. For that same year issued forth a great concourse of devils from the ancient elvish temple Malada. Such had not been seen since the days of King Belharza. These devils greatly afflicted the land, such that no man could plow or reap or seed, and the people appealed to the brothers of Maruk for succor. And then Abbot Cosmas gathered all the brothers and led them to Malada, also known as the High Fane in the elvish tongue, and came against it with holy fire, and the foul demons were destroyed, and many devilish relics and books found therein were burned, and the land had peace for many years. Why would... I take it was Daedra. Why would Daedra just suddenly pour out of an old Ayleid ruin? Maybe there was an Oblivion portal in there? I don't know. There shouldn't have been. Wasn't that interesting? But that doesn't really help me now, does it? Alright, what about this Guide to Leyawiin? That's a short book. Alessia Otis' Guide to Leyawiin. Zenithar, bless all our labors. My name is Alessia Otis, and I'd like to tell you all about Leyawiin. Pinned between the savage and uncivilized provinces of Elsewhere and Blackmarsh, and guarding the vital passage up the River Niben from Topal Bay to the Imperial City, Leyawiin is a mighty fortress with tall stones and strong garrisons. Leyawiin is a bright and cheerful, prosperous town in the midst of Blackwood's swampy wilderness, with wide, bright streets, large, comfortable houses, half-timbered or painted stucco, many of which are colorful and not too dirty or weather-worn. There are trees and flowering shrubs everywhere, and peaceful plazas and ponds for quiet contemplation. Indeed, if it weren't for the raffish rabble of Argonian and Khajiit descent, Leyawiin would be a pleasant and safe place to visit. Marius Caro is Count Leyawiin, and his recent bride, the lovely and cultivated Alessia Caro, is the daughter of the righteous and reliable Countess Ariana Valga of Coral. The Count and Countess are energetic supporters of imperialization, and they work tirelessly to bring the traditional values of hard-working, chapel-going, and law-abiding Nibonese heartland imperial culture to this frontier outpost. The town itself lies with tall curtain walls on the west bank of the Niben. To the east, through 2 gates, lies the inner keep and Castle Leyawiin, straddling the deep channels of the river. The chapel of Zenithar lies in the northwest, near the west gate. All the shops, inns, and guild halls lie south of the chapel, in the western half of town, except for a fine bookstore and general trader north of the road, traversing the town east-west from Westgate. The residential part of town runs along a single-wide north-south boulevard, backed on the east by deep ponds, created by impounding one of the meandering channels of the Niben. The chapel of Stendar and the Count and Countess are partners in attempting to extend the benefits of heartland Nibonese culture to the benighted frontier populations of Blackwood and the lower Niben. Trade and industry are strong in Leyawiin, thanks to the patronage of Zenithar, and notwithstanding the bandits troubling caravans and travelers along the Green Road through the recently annexed Trans-Niben. Leyawiin boasts the finest collection of shops and tradesmen in Cyrodiil, outside of the Imperial City, of course. Even the craftsmen and trainers of the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild are of a higher order of quality. Worth special mention is Southern Books, a bookstore owned by an orc, always stocking multiple copies of a children's Anuiad, a religious book appropriate for those ignorant of the mysteries of the faith and adapted to the meanest understanding. Recently, a new competitor for the Fighters Guild, a mercenary hiring hall called the Blackwood Company, has commenced operations here in a striking new building, despite being staffed almost exclusively by Khajiit and Argonians. The officers are polite, well-spoken, and deferential, and I'm told they aggressively compete with the Fighters Guild for price and service. This is the Imperial way and pleasing to Zenithar, to extend prosperity and security through enterprising commercial ventures. I'm sorry to say that not all Khajiit and Argonians in Leyawiin are presentable and industrious as the members of the Blackwood Company. Lizard men and catfolk are to be seen in the streets at all hours, lounging and gossiping. If only these creatures would spend a little more time keeping themselves and their homes clean. Praise the Nine, turn away from sin. Alright, I've actually had quite enough of her. That's the last book. guidebooks in all the cities, I believe. Well, this Cleansing of the High Fane book has not really helped me very much. Well, let's go to the Imperial City, or sorry, the Arcane University, and we'll see if we can't speak to the Archmage. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.